I'm so pleased to be joined on Primetime Local News by a special guest who has a connection to our area here in Lloydminster. Christine Milkovic-Krause is here today, joined by her friend Teddy. Thank you, Christine, for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me again as a guest on your show. Teddy's very excited.
I see he looks super excited to be involved in the interview, but he's really the inspiration for these books that you have written, Christine. So let's start again by going back to Teddy's story. Tell me a little bit about how he came to be with you guys.
Yeah, so Teddy was found in a barn by a cowboy in Lloydminster, Saskatchewan, named Evan Rosette. And he then had too many animals to take care of. So he brought Teddy to a shelter. Teddy had lots of injuries from frostbite. Teddy lost his ears to frostbite, and we wrote a story about that called Teddy Loses His Ears, about preventable injuries to animals. And then through the shelters at Keen Cat Care and Heart and Soul Rescue Organization, I started fostering Teddy, and then we just decided to keep him because he's a wonderful cat. And every year that goes by, he just gets calmer and more trusting and better. And he's my little shadow.
Well, Christine, you have the second book now. How did you come up with the title for that? Does Teddy really love spaghetti? Is that
Teddy,
part of it?
yes, all of the stories about Teddy are true stories. So while we were fostering Teddy, we were having a spaghetti night around the table, and Teddy just jumped in between the kids, inserted himself between them, and sat at the table and just waited patiently for food, because he doesn't beg or anything. He doesn't jump on counters or tables, but he just kind of sat there like he was part of the family. And before I even came up with the idea for Teddy Loses His Ears, we're like, oh my goodness, Teddy loves spaghetti. And he did. He attacked a bowl of spaghetti. And that's kind of how the idea for the children's stories came to be, because Teddy loves spaghetti. Just it rhymed, and it was such a perfect story. So it is true. Teddy, every time we have spaghetti night, comes and sits at the table as part of the family and hopes to be given a bowl.
Well, now, Christine, each of these books tends to have a little bit of a lesson as well. So what's the lesson behind the Teddy Loves Spaghetti, or is it just a fun book this time?
It is a fun book. It does use humor, but there are lessons in there. So the lessons are what you can and cannot feed your pet, and learning about nutrition for yourself and for your animals as well. It's an introduction to diabetes awareness and how you might see other friends with their electronic circles on the back of their arm, and how it helps them to feel balanced throughout the day. And then it also gives you alternatives to food-based rewards that you can do with your pet instead of feeding them food that might be harmful to them.
When people purchase these books, Christine, for the first book, some of the money went to rescues. Are you continuing that trend with this one as well?
Yes, absolutely. Every story in the Teddy series will have a donation QR code set up in the book. So if you connect with Teddy's story and you feel like you would like to donate to the rescue organization that connected Teddy with me, then absolutely you could feel free to scan it, and every dollar goes to the rescue organization. And for the month of December, since Teddy Loves Spaghetti has released, I will also be donating $1 from every Teddy book sold this month to the Heart and Soul Rescue Organization as well.
So how many more books do you have planned, or do you know at this point, Christine?
Yes, so book 3, called Teddy Gets Adopted, is in the works. It's already written. It's just being illustrated at this time. And then Teddy Visits the Vet is a very surprise ending story about Teddy. And that has been written, but it's in draft process right now. So I'm still working on it to get the wording just correct. But yeah, I expect both of those books to drop by 2023.
So are you surprised at all, Christine, at the reaction to these books? Because even if you look at the reviews on some of the sites where they're sold, people just love these books. Does it surprise you at all at the reception that you've had to it?
I'm so grateful and honored at the reception, and how they're quoting me as like the books are expertly written. And I love it. I'm so, because you put yourself out there, and it's you're a little bit self-conscious to put it out there, because you are subjecting yourself to people's opinions, and oftentimes people can be mean, but everyone's been so wonderful, and Teddy's received nothing but 5-star reviews. And even my latest book was reviewed by a professional book blogger, and he had nothing but incredible things to say. So I'm very excited.
Well, Christine, this is so absolutely awesome. We're so happy that Teddy ended up with you guys because obviously it's the perfect family. And if anybody's looking to buy the books, first of all, great Christmas gifts. Both of these books would be fantastic ideas for Christmas gifts. So, where can people get them?
People can get them currently right now on Amazon. I've decided to go direct to Amazon with my stories. So that's the fastest, cheapest, quickest way for people to get their hands on it.
All right, Christine, well, thank you so much for joining us today. And we look forward to the rest of these books coming out in the series as well.
Thank you so much, and nice seeing you. Teddy was a little bit nervous today because she knows you interview big celebrities like Garth Brooks. So she's very honored to be included in that circle.
Well, Teddy's just as big of a celebrity as Garth in my book. So
Oh,
thank
thank
you
you so
again,
much.
Christine. We really appreciate it.